My name is Edith Mutai-Koech. Welcome to ELS Hospitality Training Center. We opened this school in 2020, and we are offering hospitality courses, which are the Diploma in Culinary Arts, whereby we train you to be a chef. Diploma in Hospitality Management, we train managers for the hotel industry. We also train the front office, Diploma in Front Office Operation, which we train people who can work in the front desk of the hotel. We also have a Diploma in Food and Beverage Service, which we train waiters and baristas for restaurants and even hotels. And we have our last diploma is the Diploma in Accommodation Service, which we train housekeepers to clean and make the hotel rooms. Most of our teachers are people who come from the hotel. These are hotel workers, so they come here to train. We only have a team of three people here, and another three to four of our lecturers come from the hotel to offer the practical, because if you can see, our courses are very practical oriented. So we get our chef come from the industry, our managers for F&B, they also come from the industry. Our pastry teachers is an industry person. Yeah, having worked in the hospitality industry and training for so many years, I used to get a lot of people requesting for help to get a job in the hotel industry. And in hotel industry, you only talk to people by what you can do with your hands. And so I saw there was that gap, that there are so many people who have the passion, but when they get to the hotel industry, it takes like 3 to even 1 year to train a person, because in the school they were in, they only did theory, and the student gets disadvantage in competing with other graduates. So we said that looking at where Kenya is, the issue is unemployment being one of the biggest issue. We saw that how can we help the young people become marketable for the hospitality industry and even for entrepreneurship. You see, if you do a course like pastry, and I do for you the practicals from making cookies, making donuts, making cakes, decorating them, you cannot sleep hungry. You can't. If we are training you for coffees, we train you for coffees, you know how to make coffees. Even if you don't get market here, and if you go to UAE market, Kuwait, Qatar, wherever, all the baristas are from Kenya. If you look at the 5-star hotels in Kenya, most hotels in Kenya, they will look at, before they employ your graduate, they want to see, one, they have had a practical in the school they work, and number 2, they have had a minimum of 6 to 8 months experience in the hotel. So looking at that background, we wanted to have a graduate who is fit for the market. We don't want to train people who have nowhere to go. We want to, it's like, you know, you have a key and a lock, it fits. That's what was our objective. And then there was also something that came into our mind. You know, working in the hotel, the schedule of hotel workers is, you're either working from 7 to 3 or 3 to 11, and you find that quite a number of them will want to progress from one level to another. You see, like if you go to kitchen, the first level you'll start is steward. You can start there with no paper as a steward. You're cleaning pots and pans. But you see, the job does not close you to become a steward forever. If you get a skill, even on cookery basic, you can move from a cleaner to a cook. And with additional courses like food safety and maybe even doing a certificate, you can finally move even from a junior cook to some senior cook. Okay, so our school also came in. If you look at even the name, it's saying Hospitality Training Center. So we also get to train a lot of hotel staff. They come here when they are on leave, or some of them go to work morning hours, they pass by evening here and do a course, which actually when they do it, when they take those papers to their employer and they see that progress, they are always promoted. So that we wanted to capture those two markets, at least to make sure that a person who has not gotten in the industry will get the right skills and get to the industry, and the one who is already working in the hotel and they want to grow can add knowledge and keep on growing. Okay, I am not familiar with the current curriculum of my industry because I use a European, a UK curriculum. But one of the biggest problem that starts is the curriculum itself. It has a lot of theories, and they don't keep on revising, looking at the industry trends of your field. That was one of our challenge. Another one that it's in that is that most educational providers, because of the cost of practical, they avoid practical. So they basically focus on theory. And the last one, even if you are not able to do that, the practical is schools don't want to provide an internship for the students. So that's where it's really hitting us, because like you just train the student, you never help them get internship or attachment. Now, how will that graduate become something? I don't know, maybe if I don't know which courses, but if you are doing any vocational learning, you should ensure that students are able to have the practical in schools and also the practical in the line of the industry they belong. When I was growing up, I didn't know anything about hospitality, honestly. I got to know about hospitality after Form 4. I had 2 offer letters. One I was given for nursing, and my neighbor who was working for, I think was it a British Army as an executive housekeeper, so told me, there's a nice course in Italy called hotel management. With your grade you can join. It was just like a recommendation, and I went for it. I didn't know, I just went and applied, and I was able to get that admission for hospitality. Now when I joined the course in Italy, they used to do something called they want to know that you're sure this is the line you want to follow. So when I joined the college, I was told, after like 2 weeks, I was told, now you need to go to Pan-Afric for like 1.5 months, Pan-Afric Hotel, to be sure that this is the industry you want to join. I went. The first week I almost gave up. I was like, no. Coming from my background, it was not hospitality. I didn't know you can work in kitchen, you can work in, and serve people. But I persisted, but within that month I was like, oh, okay, I think this is a good, it's a good course. So studying in Italy made me really understand what hospitality industry was, because in Italy, at least in that first year, imagine you've joined and then you go to the hotel really for like 2 months, then you come back and sign up, say that now this is what I want to pursue. So like I did after, because the program was going for 4 years, so you do 1 year, in your second year you go for attachment for another 6 months. Now I went to Culinary Center. That one they just open. He stayed there for 6 months. He's staying in an internship for 6 months. You in fact become an employee. By the time you're coming to school, nobody knows you. You come again for that second year, you stayed in third year in school, then fourth year again you go for another attachment, which I stayed like another 6 to 8 months at Fairmont, the Norfolk. So even by the time I was graduating, actually I had a lot of practical experience. And even in Utalii, you used to have a duty roster, like this week you are the one in the hotel, this week you are in the one doing this and that. So it became something that it became so practical that even when you were joining now, like your first job, it wasn't new, it was something you already know. So with that background, it really built me to know that really when it comes to hospitality industry, practical is very, very important. And you can't have a shortcut for it. You know, my parents, both my dad and my mom, were business people. So we had a big shop when I was growing up. And even what I thought I would do after high school, I wanted to do a business course. Something that would just help me be a business person like my dad. That's what I wanted. So even after joining this line, I started working, but all as much as I have passion, I really have passion for hospitality, but it was always with me like I want to do it in a business way, the way my parents did. So it's not like, for me, I feel I'm in the right field. I really love hospitality. Children learn more by seeing. They see what you do and they can admire it. The only where you come in as a parent is guidance. Guidance only. But also not putting off your child when they are interested in something. You can always guide them. And even if something is not, it might not be a wrong course, if you have like counseling and guidance, they might even with time tell you I'm not interested with that course. But if you go that force, I've done this course, they won't. It's just a waste of time. I would say in business, yeah, passion is there, but young people and many people need to know that consistency, hard work and discipline contribute 80% vis-a-vis the passion is 20%. To be honest, I would say I've never understood the word there's no work, because it's now the choice of either you're having an office job. If you don't have an office job, what next? That is where I always ask And if you look at where we live, it's Kawangware. It's junction of Lavington and Kawangware. There are here people who have chose crime, but there are some young people even from campus who do mjengo. There's a boy in Nairobi University, third year. Anytime we have a big luggage or something, he even comes and cleans for us here, and we pay him something over the holiday. You get that? I think the biggest problem with our generation is choosing the jobs. If you have not, even if you are a doctor and you've not gotten that one for working in Kenyatta, even volunteer in a small clinic, like even volunteer, just be somewhere doing something. Because sitting in the house now, that's where you start thinking of crime, but even if you're a parent and you have somebody from campus, and even you have your business, just go with them. They can do any role. If your parent is not in that position, just wake up, do something. That's what I always say. If you wake up, do something, doors will open. But when you sit, no one will bring you anything. You just have to wake up and do something. The generation that we have, it's a very good generation. It's just that we need to know how to work with them. There are people who love to be praised. There are people who love a home environment. And even as a parent, when you're approaching them, they love to see them being shown love, being appreciated. They'll give you the very best. I think the government and everybody here, they just need to help everyone know that to work is good, to work is just, it's fantastic. It doesn't matter the job. You should find a young anybody, even after college, if there is no job, you can comfortably sell vegetables and be happy. You can comfortably go for a cleaning job as you wait for the next job and be happy. You can just appreciate work. If we stop choosing work, and then as institution or wherever, we back the student on the earn skill, then we are not going to have any problem in this country. There's going to be so many jobs. You know, the issue is that the current jobs we've left to the old people, and we were told that only the good jobs is to go to the office, and the offices are very few. Somebody need to be told, you can deliver vegetables online. You can do food delivery and go to Upper Hill and Kilimani, you know, and even within your estate, you'll still make a living. Somebody need to be told, you can go to Mujengo and earn 500, still a job. The money does not have a class. Money, when money comes, it's about the needs that the money needs to pay. And it's that culture, you know, parents need to teach children that work, you know, like the way you are in Europe, anybody can go wash a car and be paid, even your own son. That's what the culture needs to change. Okay, you know, when I was employed, my former boss was a good person. I had a good relationship with him. I worked with him for over almost 10 years. And I was also doing more the same, dealing with young people, the same product. So by the time I was leaving, I had really served a period that I was happy I was leaving to a new challenge. So left, then COVID came. I think I left when just COVID had started at some point. And myself, I don't regret, because if I wanted to be employed, I'll get a job so easily. Our field is very, with the experience I have, I can get a job so easily. But I had that calling. I wanted something also flexible and to see myself now grow, because I'd also served my boss very well. So being the other side of entrepreneur, there's not that much flexibility. Also, like when I was with my employer, I could take days there. But here it's hard to even take a leave day. It's so hard to even get those people. But the only advantage I would say is that I'm able to come to work at night. At least I have dropped my kids to school, and I'm able to leave at 4. But to be honest, between that 9 and 4, I am fully engaged. I don't even have like 30 minutes or 1 hour, which I used to have in my former employment. But I get that flexibility, and I thank God, because there was a time. But I would say even in my former employer, I used to work 9 to 4, so there was no too much strain for me. You know, now being a hospitality establishment, one is keeping up with trends of the industry. Our industry is very dynamic, so you have to keep on reading and following a lot of trainings going on, so that you are up to date. Another challenge, just more like for any business, financing before you stable. It requires a lot of financing, because you see now for our business, you cannot even take like a small space like this. I need a bigger space because of the practicals. You get that, So it's also capital intensive. Branding, being a training center and a school, also in terms of certification, it's also not cheap. Getting those certification to be a center, it costs. But also there's tough competition with the bigger players in the industry. But when you know your product, you'll always have your clients come. I don't think there's any hard challenge. It's just that commitment you want to do, and you know that when you go into business, you're not going to make money. The way you see it, entrepreneurs have big cars and wherever. It takes time. At first, we wanted to, it's also not good to do so many things at the same time. We wanted was to concentrate and put the structures for the school and the training proper. When that is sorted out, we are going to now embark on a restaurant to like sell food and use the manpower that we have. But we personally, I like doing one thing and sorting something perfect before I move to the next thing. So I think we are now at a stage whereby we could not think of selling those food. But if you're interested, you can always come to Gitanga. On Monday, we'll give you food at a small fee. Yes. Sometimes when I don't know I'm the CEO, I think I'm those hands-on person like them. I don't even have an office. We all sit in the same place. We all share a meal. We all crack. We all cook. For us, I would say it's democracy, a bit of a lot of empowerment and mentorship, because the team of people are managing 20. My youngest staff is actually 23. That's my chef. To about 20, about 30. That's our age bracket. Then I'm ahead of them maybe by like 5 years or 6. You get that? So as a CEO, I don't think I am the old type of a CEO. I am just I deal with these people like my brother and my sister, and we have something to achieve. I make my goals clear, and that's where we work from. One of my students is employed at Nairobi Serena Kitchen. Another one is employed at a French restaurant. It's called Chesonia. We have another of our student at Talisman Restaurant. We have another one, I think there is at IB Style. We have another one at where now? We have another at Ankole. It's varied. We have some in Java. It's just mixed. I would say 3 for a restaurant, maybe a fine restaurant. And for hotels, we try most of our graduates get 4 to 5 star hotels because of the training that we give. And right now we want to look keenly on international jobs, especially to do with the cruise ships. That's where we want to focus. And the one for J1 visa in the US, that's where we want to push them, because now the current people that we have, they are young, which is very good for those international jobs. When my graduates get job, that is the greatest fulfillment. It's not even about the money they pay me. I am happy when my graduate gets a job and in a good place. That is my ultimate goal. When I see my graduates walking around not getting something, it pains me. In fact, we start telling them to come here so that we help them get a job. Because that's why you want them to get something after. Even if it is volunteering, it's better than just staying at home. For the international diplomas, we charge about 250 a year. We have another local diploma, which is about 120. And then we have short courses now, which ranges about 50,000 for like 2 months there. Okay, but considering we do a lot of practical, that's why it makes our fees a bit the way it is, but with the worth course. If you want to enroll with us, you can check our website www.elshospitality.com and fill an application, or you can go to Instagram ELS Hospitality, then you can DM the school, or also Facebook. Also you can call. Our numbers are 07 07 959 038 or 07 802 88 309. And if you want to visit, because seeing is believing, you can come to Gitanga Road in Lavington. Just after Rusinga School, you will see a building called Gitanga 48 building. We are in the building at 8th floor. You can come with flat shoes. Thank you.